Hi, this is Sara Levin, the Artful Inker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I've got a couple of alternatives for the June 2020 paper pumpkin kit, the Box of Sunshine. Our first alternative will be this card, and then I've got this favor or RAK that we're going to make. So let's set them aside and get started. To start, I've got my paper trimmer and this beautiful watercolor effect card, and we're just going to slide that in here at 4 1/4, and I'm going to use my trimmer to separate the two pieces, and we'll revisit these in just a little bit. Next, I've got a piece of scrap paper and a layer of Whisper White, and we're going to start with the Box of Sunshine stamp set using the sun, and I've put it on my D block, and I'm going to ink up this sun, and on this piece I'm just going to stamp down in the corner. Let's set that aside, and then I've got another piece of Whisper White, and we're going to just create a random pattern with the sun. All over. Okay, there we go. And let's put that one out of the way and clean my stamp and give us another stamp here. 1D block, so we've got to switch. Okay, next I'm going to stamp a couple of the sentiment words. And I'm back to the piece that we cut away from the card. Okay, let me clean these. And then we've got one more bit of stamping to do. Let's just lay these on here. And then I want this piece. Okay. And set these aside. Bring my paper trimmer back in, and I want a piece that is 3/4 wide by 4. Oh, let's try 3/4 wide. I thought so after I cut that I had gotten too wide. Set it, but didn't cut it that way. Okay, and then for this last bit of stamping, I want my Poppy Parade ink pad, and I'm just going to set my stamps on there to pick up color. No pouncing. Just let them take a moment to transfer the ink. Okay, and then we'll set them on there again. think I'm lined up. If you want to be totally sure that you're lined up, you can use your Stamparatus. That looks pretty good to me. So let's go ahead and move these pieces out of the way. And then I've got this piece that we stamped with our sentiment words. And we're just going to use our paper snips and cut them out. And for the hello, we're giving it a close trim. You could, since it's not a shape, it's just a, well, it is a shape, a rectangle is a shape. You could cut it out with your paper trimmer if you choose to. I'm just straightening this up a smidge. And then this piece I'm going to cut loose from here and then trim it in closer. And I'm going to follow the edge, the shape this time of the word. And remember, as you cut, you're letting the paper do the work for you, which means that you're turning the paper, not moving the scissors around, and that gives you that nice clean line for your cutting. Well, that and a good pair of paper snips. And I do use the Stampin' Up! Paper snips. You can find those in my store. And then on around here for that last little curve. Okay, let's put this out of the way. And then we're going to bring the card front that we sliced away back in. And I've got my tailored tag punch. It looks similar to the foiled labels that are in this month's kit. And now we're ready to assemble. I've got my basic black base, and we're going to start with this first piece we stamped that has the sun just down into one corner, and put multi-purpose glue on it. And then add this piece for our first layer. And now we need our stripe. And I've got dimensionals over here. My fingers being a little fumbly today. And I'm coming in just a little lower than center. Okay. You can use your grid paper to line your card up so that you make sure your layers are straight. And you can find grid paper in the store. Now this piece needs dimensionals as well. Ooh, they're sticking to each other. Well, we'll deal with that another time, or not. Okay, so this is going to sit here, but before I adhere it, I have some of the Bumblebee 1/4 inch ribbon that I need to cut. And let's just give this an angle cut. It pretties up the ends and cuts down on fraying when you angle cut. And then need my glue dots. I'm going to come right in behind here and add this. I want it off at an angle a little bit. Let's adhere our tailored tag punch from the card front. Okay. Now these pieces need dimensionals as well. And I'm going to grab some mini dimensionals for this word. Okay. And this one's going to sit down just a little bit lower, and then we'll put hello on here and set it on just a little higher. And then I'm going to add some of the in color enamel dots in Bumblebee. Okay, and there we have our first alternative for the box of sunshine. Let me move things out of the way and we'll do a second one. Okay, for this second one I'm going to bring in my trimmer and a piece of 3.5 by 8.5 basic black cardstock, and we're going to start at 2 and score, and 2.5, and then 5.5. Just make sure you're keeping this flush at the top, and 6. So let's pop this out of the way and grab our bone folder and burnish our score lines. Okay, we're going to set this out of the way for just a moment. And I have our card front here, and we're going to use that again. And use our tailored tag punch. Let's put that out of the way. And then we've got a little bit of stamping to do with our box of sunshine stamp set. And we'll just put this on our D block and grab part of that card base that we've been stamping on, and stamping our sun in black. And then let's grab our sentiment. Just need to clean the sun here and take it off the block. And going to grab the hello, and that piece that I cut too large and then cut away is just the perfect size for this. Okay, and we're going to trim that just like we did last time. Okay, and then I've got my 2-inch circle punch. And we're just going to punch that out. Set all of this aside, and now we're going to start and assemble. So I'm going to add tear and tape in this back section here. And then let's find my bumblebee ribbon over here. And before I cut anything, I'm just going to wrap this around. This is how I would do it on my own, so that I have the length I need, but not too much. So that'll make my bow. Let's cut this off, and then I'll grab my ruler and measure this in case you don't like to work from your spool. So we'll need to untie that. And then this is, that was 12. This is about 20 inches of ribbon. Okay, so let's take the tearing tape off the back, the backing paper on the tearing tape off the back, and put this down about centered. Before I press anything, I just want to have a look. And let's turn this around, and I've got my glue dots, and we're going to go ahead and attach our pieces of candy with a couple of glue dots. These are Hershey's Gold bars. Okay. And then let's fold this up and tie this. Now you want to tie it so that it closes, but not so tight that you're squeezing it so that it becomes misshapen. Okay. Let's find my dimensionals. I put them over here somewhere. I want black dimensionals and then the white dimensional. So I'm going to adhere this with multi-purpose glue. And I want to slide this under without leaving a string of glue running down my project here. And then I'm putting a white dimensional at the top and a black dimensional at the bottom, and nothing in between because my ribbon is going to fit over that. And then one white dimensional on this. And I'm going to go just a little low of center there. And let's grab those in color enamel dots again. And add a little, just a single little bumblebee enamel dot there. And that's our little favor, or RAK, Random Act of Kindness, that you can hand out with a couple of little treats. Thanks for stopping by. This is Sara Levin, the Artful Inker of theartfulinker.com. If you're one of my Paper Pumpkin subscribers, you will receive the Beyond the Box tutorial bundle from me at the end of the month. Have a great day. Bye.